Hey bees, I'm Marie from Humblebee and Me, and today we are talking about another one of my abject DIY failures and the lesson I learned, which is basically on trying to save things and why you need to be able to realize when you're just making things worse and wasting more ingredients by trying to save something that you don't love right from the get-go. So this was one of my earlier lotions, and I made this right after getting a giant order of new essential oils in the mail. And I'd gotten a lot of like classic type ones. So I'd gotten, I think, like jasmine and ylang ylang and sandalwood and rosewood and a couple of those sort of fancier, exciting ones that I didn't have a lot of familiarity with in the scent department from experience, but you know, you read about them a lot and they're in a tons of things, and I was like, well, they're classic, so I have to have them, right? So I got really excited about having all of them, and I remember looking on my supplier's website and they had this sort of like blends well with list, and they all blended well with each other. Woohoo, right? I can use all my new ingredients all at once. At this point in time, it's probably worth noting that it turns out I don't actually like the smell of really any of those oils, which is kind of a bummer to find out after you have purchased them. But I discovered this pretty much as soon as I opened them. I was like, woo, whoa, that's sweet, whoa, that's strong. But the internet says they should be all great together, right? Okay, first mistake obviously is just right here, is smelling something and be like, I don't like the way that smells. I should put that in something. But so I make this lotion and I start adding all of these essential oils, and I'm not loving it. Surprise, surprise, didn't love it out of the bottle, don't love it in the lotion. And so I keep trying to fix it by adding a little bit more of this and a little bit more of this. And before I know it, I have this incredibly pungent lotion. But now it has tons and tons and tons of expensive essential oils in it. So I can't just throw it out, right? But I can't use it as is because it's so strong. So what do? I make more lotion, another batch of lotion, and blend that into the first lotion. So now I have a colossal amount of lotion, and I hate the way it smells, but I feel like I have to use it because it's a double batch of lotion. There's a ton of lotion ingredients in there, and there's a ton of really essential, like really expensive essential oils in there that, albeit I hate, but they're in there, and so I gotta use it, right? And so I did. I used up a couple 100 grams of a lotion I hated. I hated the way it smelled. It was still really strong, and so I could smell it on me all the time, everywhere. Just, ugh. Why did I do that to myself? Like, I could have headed this whole thing off by whiffing the essential oil and like, oh, that's gross, I don't like that, I'll never want that on me, and then giving it to a friend who liked the smell of it, because I have tons of friends that really do love the smell of jasmine and sandalwood. But sort of after that, if I had made this lotion, I was going, oh, I hate the way this smells. Why would I keep adding more of the things that just, why? And then why would I double the batch size? Just digging myself further into this really stinky hole. Ugh. All of this is to say that if you are making something and you hate it, don't try to save it by adding more ingredients and making more of it. I've also heard from people that are sort of like, oh, I made a lotion and it failed, so I just added a ton of beeswax and turned it into lip balm. Don't do that. If it fails, just get rid of it. Like, you're never, like, there are some happy accidents, for sure. But turning lotion into lip balm by adding a buttload of beeswax to it is not going to be one of them. You're just going to end up with now a ton of lip balm you don't like either. Ugh. So sometimes, yes, sometimes you will have a happy accident, but a lot of the time, if you're making something and you hate it or it fails, just give up and accept that as a learning experience and throw it out. Don't create a colossal quantity of something that you hate slightly less, or maybe hate even more, but feel completely obligated to use because you put a ton of ingredients into it trying to save it. Just call it a day. It's fine. All right, that's my story of how I learned not to save something gross by making way more of it. I would love to hear yours. And if you have any happy accidents from this sort of thing turning out well, I would love to hear about those too. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Remember to check out the blog, and I will see you next time.